All right, good morning, everybody. Going to do a video. It's Wednesday. We are just going to open today for the week. The sales over the weekend were not that great. We are still trending at probably the worst month that we're going to have so far. There were a couple heavy hitters that were sold, but not a lot to make a dent in catching up. But we did make a dent in our space. So I'm going to walk you around and talk about some things. So the bin items, we kind of filled it up, but we're going to fill it up some more before we open. As you can see right here, the grill's gone, the shades are gone. We sold the other grill, and there was a umbrella that we sold, so that was good. We got these bins set up. I believe there's 55 watermelons of clothes now on the sales floor, so that's going to be a good thing to have tons of variety, and it looks like it's about half of our store in watermelons. Coming over here, we did sell the sofa that was over here, and then we sold the chaise that was sitting down there. So I had to deliver that, and that was kind of a pain because it was on a major road. So I had to kind of work around that, as well as the truck. My truck was too big for some of the area roads, so I had to watch out for that. I didn't know any of that, so that's one thing. If you're going to do deliveries, just make sure that you know your local laws. There was probably a couple areas where it looked like my truck probably shouldn't have been down, that I went down. So now we have the chairs left. We have this cabinet left, and then it did look like a club load when we picked it up. It was supposed to be the last one, but they dropped 6 more on us at that time, so I actually took 8 with me instead of 2. What's nice about that is we did get a TV that looks like it's in the box. There was some chairs, there was some furniture. It kind of looks like something where I don't have to really worry about it selling really quick, and that's my concern, is when we bring in more inventory as we're trying to clear everything out. First of all, we got to process it, then we got to sell it. So I think the things that we got are going to probably sell pretty quick. But I think this might be the last week that we're going to get the club loads. So yeah, so we got to continue to push all of our heavy hitters. We got to continue to set up everything this month. The greens are going down, the rugs are not, the hoses are going down. This area right here, we created this area. This is where the Christmas is going to start. I do need to get rid of all these air conditioners, so I'm going to see, there's 35 of them. I'm going to see if I can have another reseller buy them. Not too sure. But this right here is going to be all of our decor laid out. We're going to do these watermelons by categories. So tree bags, we're going to do wreaths, we're going to do garland, we're going to do tree toppers, all that. All these are going to be flat priced on that. So we're getting ready for that. There's the Halloween got moved over, and we did sell a couple things over the weekend, but not too much stuff walking out the door. So I believe my prices might be too high. The heaters, same thing. I think what's happening is we're seeing that people aren't buying bigger ticket items. They're just going for the little stuff. We do need to keep positioning ourselves as, cheap items, but we also need to get people in the door to buy the bigger stuff. So all this back here, that needs to be processed still. That's been, sitting back there for a couple of weeks. This is all the dot stuff that can be put out. This is slated for eBay. Kind of a mess back here still. I'm probably going to get a dumpster pretty soon. I got to get all my bearings together with making sure that once we get the dumpster, I can have it all put in there right away, and it's probably going to be me doing that. So these carts here, we're starting to process all the stuff that was here. As you can see, we got 8 new pallets right here. There's a lot of shoes, bears chairs, and those are going to be good. There's an office chair. There's a power recliner. So overall, this load that we picked up doesn't look bad. 75-inch TV still banded. Here's a tall speaker. So yeah, so we got some stuff that I know that every time I get these, they sell pretty quick, so I'm not worried about it. So yeah, so we're gonna get all these out. within the next couple days. I'm really hoping by the end of the month that we have it all together, because this area right here is going to be a pain. All these pallets all the way wrapped around down here are going to have to be undone. The racks, I got to decide if I'm going to keep these racks or if I'm going to sell them. It's really going to be based on the space that I get. I would really like to have racks, but I don't think that it's going to be needed because we have all these gondolas, we have shelves. The only thing the racks are going to do is going to let me elevate stuff, and then maybe I can put shelving underneath it with the eBay. I'm not sure. I got to figure that out because I should also measure this area and just see what it's going to look like, because it would be nice to have space above, and then this space in here with the shelves, but I'm not sure what that looks like, so I got to take a look at that. So yeah, so all this is all backlog. Some of it can be probably scrapped or thrown away, and that's the thing, is when you get down to, first we got to focus on getting rid of the stuff in the store, but then we got to also, in December, we got to figure, breaking down all these racks, seeing what we're going to keep. This one is probably going to go for sure, because it's not that deep, and it's not that tall, so I think that I can just go away with that one. So yeah, so the 2 pallets that I talked about in the last video, there has been some that have been sold. It looks like people are grabbing from the bottom too, so you got to kind of watch that, because what happens is maybe the greens are going to sell more than the pinks, and then you're going to have to kind of keep it all contained and keep it together as it sells. So we got 2 pallets of that. This is the kind of stuff that you get in these club loads that are a nuisance, these little things for your house. Sometimes they move quick, sometimes they don't. In this case, I don't think that that's moved. The paper does sell, so that's been selling. This has been kind of dwindling down a little bit, so we just have to kind of keep an eye on that, because this is going to be stagnant, and if you keep stuff stagnant, you're going to start losing people. Yeah, so these right here, looks like people are grabbing this color and leaving the blue. So, and the pinks too. Yeah, the blues are not the priority for them, for the customers. Here's an update on our water stuff. I already said before, this is going to be a pain. It's already starting to, be something where those are going to probably go before these go. I was thinking that another one of these were going to sell, but they didn't come and pick it up, so I'm not sure. I did sell the snowblower though, so that's good. So yeah, let's walk around here. Keeping screenshots on things is crucial on blank boxes. This right here, this whole pool salt, I'm not sure, it would be nice if somebody just sees the value and just comes in and just makes an offer on the whole pallet. That's what's left on luggage, so that's kind of been moving around. So shoes, we do have all of our help today coming in, so I think a lot of this is going to be taken care of. Not too much needs to be done over here. We just got to kind of keep an eye on the open spaces and keep those filled. And then we got all the bedding that I'm trying to figure out. I did sell another one of these blue lounge mats. Those are going to be slow movers. They have been slow movers, so you just got to kind of watch out. This guy right here, I see these in club loads from other resellers, and I every time I look at it, I'm like, that pallet has no value, just because I've had this for months at $10 and they're not really moving. So this might be something where we might just move them onto the shelf and just get this pallet space back. But again, there's a lot of stuff that needs to be done, and you got to pick and choose your battles, and that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to make sure that whatever effort we put in, it goes in order with the alignment of us trying to get this place prepared. So I think all the back stock needs to be focused on, not really so much of product placement and merchandising. So yeah, that's where we're at. I did sell 2 laptops last week, so now we got 1 left. We got 4 desktops, and then just all these miscellaneous electronics. And at some point, this stuff needs to be pulled, because once we get to a certain level where we got to start discounting, if this stuff does not sell, I am not going to liquidate it, because it does have more value on eBay as well. So yeah, that's where we're at. Hoping to have a big week this week. again, we're trending the lowest that we've ever trended. I thought we were going to get some steam on Sunday, but we didn't. So now we're going to kind of start this week in a position where we need all the sales that we can get. I mean, that's going to be like normal, but like this week it's even more. So I appreciate you guys watching. Thanks. Hopefully the sound was good today. I know that there was some things in the last video. I appreciate the support. Make some comments, make some likes, share our story with everybody, because this is something that I don't know if I've seen anybody with this magnitude of a location shutting down. So I want to just document the process on that. It sounds like it's gonna be slow, but once we kind of get into October, November is gonna be November is gonna be where all the fun is with these videos, because we're gonna hopefully see a lot of inventory leave the building, and I'm hoping that you guys can all capture that. So thanks a lot, guys. Have a great day.